Once upon a time, the mighty Sultan of Dubai decided to embark on a sea voyage with a few of his most trusted courtiers. It was a bright morning, the sky painted with soft blue strokes, the sea calm like a sleeping giant. Everyone was excited, except one. Among the courtiers was a man named Zion. Noble in status, brave in war, loyal in duty, but never having stepped foot on a ship. As the land disappeared and the waves grew taller, Zion's face turned pale. His hands trembled. Soon panic gripped him like a vice. He began screaming, clutching the wooden deck, crying out that they would all perish. His cries were wild. No calming word or comforting arm could soothe him. His fear turned the voyage into a nightmare. For 2 days and nights, Zion neither ate nor slept.
Oh.
The crew was exhausted. The courtiers were irritated. And the Sultan, once thrilled for his sea adventure, now sat worried and unsure. Should we return to port? He pondered. His suffering has turned joy into torment. Just then, a calm elderly man stepped forward. Idris, a simple scholar who had joined the journey as an observer. He bowed. "Your Highness," he said, "if you grant me permission to act in my way without interference or questions, I can end this misery." Desperate and hopeful, the Sultan agreed. "Do what you must, and if you succeed, you shall be rewarded beyond measure." Idris nodded. He walked to the deck and signaled the crew. "Throw him into the sea," he said calmly. The sailors froze. Was this a joke? "It's the Sultan's order," Idris added firmly. "And you have my word. Trust me." Reluctantly, the crew grabbed the shrieking Zion and tossed him into the cold, dark waters. The sea swallowed him. Moments passed, then he resurfaced, flailing, coughing, screaming louder than before. He sank again. The horror in his eyes was no longer imagined, it was real. He fought for breath. Panic turned to pure survival. After a few terrifying moments, Idris shouted, "Pull him back up." They dragged Zion onto the deck, soaked, trembling, but alive. Something had changed. The man who once screamed at the gentle sway of the ship now lay silently hugging the deck as if it were his savior. He whispered, "Thank God. Solid wood." From that moment on, Zion remained calm. He ate. He slept. He even smiled. The sea was still the same, but his fear had been transformed. The rest of the journey was peaceful. Laughter returned under the golden sun. When the ship returned to port, the Sultan found Idris. "How did you know?" he asked. "That by throwing him into the sea, he would find peace?" Idris smiled a little sadly. "Because I once did the same. With my heart." He looked out at the sea. "Years ago, I loved my wife deeply, but I was crippled by the fear of losing her. I clung to her too tightly. I suffocated her with anxiety. Constant questions, doubts, anger. Eventually, she left me. That silence, that emptiness, was my drowning. Only when I was alone did I realize how precious her presence was. I promised to change. And by God's grace, she returned." Some fears can only be understood when truly faced. Until Zion tasted the sea, he never knew the ship's safety. We too often imagine dangers in love, in life, in challenges. We conjure storms in our minds, making the journey turbulent. The truth is, many storms we fear don't exist. Or if they do, they are not as intense as we picture them to be. Fear often grows stronger in our imagination than in reality. When we avoid it, it controls us. It's causing panic, doubt, and emotional torment. But when we confront it head-on, we begin to understand its true size. And in doing so, it teaches us resilience, appreciation, and strength. Just like Zion, who only realized the ship was safe after tasting the terror of the sea. We, too, learn to value stability. Only after facing instability. Sometimes life throws us into deep waters. Not to drown us, but to teach us how to swim. And to remind us of the strength we never knew we had.